Tell us a little bit about yourself, Rushna, and your hijab journey. How has it been?
Quite a journey.
Okay.
My name is Rushna Hussain Memon, and I work in sales and commercial. I'm working at Nestle, Pakistan. And
Mashallah, that's really nice.
yeah, but it's just that the hijab journey has been like on since the beginning. Because earlier I used to be like really irritated by it because वो school में teachers कह रही होती हैं कि नहीं scarf पहनो. That was like really irritating कि नहीं, why are they forcing something on me, because I did not like that at that time. But then I started wearing it, and it obviously had a lot of different challenges and different things happened.
So tell me that when was the first time when you started to wear hijab, and what is so special about that day that it makes you remember that yes, you started wearing hijab on this day. So how was it like?
It was not like on a particular day that I did that, but it was actually a journey to it. But the event that I remember from it was that we were going in a wedding. एक शादी में जा रहे थे हम. But मतलब स्कूल में कॉलेज में तो we already I was wearing it. उस दिन मेरा ये था कि now I have to wear it everywhere. So that day was the day that I decided कि अब मतलब I will not go anywhere without hijab. So we were going to a wedding, and at that time we used to live in Thatta, so it was like you go to a wedding, you do not wear hijab. So it was like that. So I told my mother that I'll be wearing hijab, and she was like, क्यों मतलब क्या हुआ है? Are you okay? Because she was like, what has happened? Because my mother doesn't wear it. So she was like, maybe she's hiding something or. So I was like, no, nothing. I just want to wear it. So she was like, okay. And then when I actually went to the wedding, everybody stared at me as if I'm an alien or something. So that was really strange. But yeah, that was the day that I still remember how it was, because it was so new and everybody was looking at me and I was like so confused. Okay, मैं क्या बनकर आ गई हूँ?
What was that one factor or one thing that was maybe within you or something external that kept you inspired wearing on that wedding as well, and then after that as well? What was that inspiring factor?
It was actually a friend of mine.
Okay.
She used to wear it in the college also. So I used to look at her. She was like a very good personality. So whenever I used to look at her, I was like, okay, I need to be like her. So it was her that, she actually inspired me a lot. The way she used to speak, the way she used to dress. So it was not like because she was wearing hijab, it was just her personality.
Her personality.
And it can be like anyone. It's not like, I don't think it's only for hijabi girls or something. It's just कि normally अगर आपको कोई भी कभी भी inspire करता है, you just want to be like them. So she was just an ordinary girl, still a friend of mine. But she really inspired me, and I was like, okay, I need to look like her, I need to talk like her, and everything. So yeah.
You were really inspired by her.
Yes.
Okay. So wearing hijab was completely your own decision?
Yeah. As I said, yes, it was my own decision, and everybody kept coming to me and they were like, we're going to this event, what if you don't wear it? So it was like not, they were not convincing me that I'm doing something good or I look good, or even if I'm not doing something good but I look good, nobody was happy with it initially. But yeah.
What was their reaction? What was the reaction of your friends and your family, or anyone who has seen you for the first time in hijab?
Initially, it was really different because they never thought that I'd be continuing with it. Or
I would rather ask you that what was their reaction towards you adopting that lifestyle of a hijabi and then owning it because of your decision, living in it every day, and that being the part of their life as well. How was their reaction towards that?
The reaction initially was like, because they thought that it's okay, मतलब अभी पहन रही है, then she'd be taking it off. अगर कहीं हम लोग मतलब किसी शादी में जा रहे हैं या किसी ऐसे इवेंट में, they were like, that's okay. So if there was a party, everybody used to be like, अच्छा तुम इधर भी हिजाब पहन कर आओगी, and that kind of thing. But I was like, yeah, this is now who I am, so accept it. So yeah, it was really tough initially. कि मतलब मुझे ऐसे जाके लगता था कि शायद मतलब मेरे बाल नहीं खुले हुए तो आई एम नॉट लुकिंग गुड मे बी you know that thing.
Do you still feel it right now? Because
No,
मेरे बाल खुले
now
हुए हैं,
I'm
so
really comfortable in it
you're
because now
comfortable.
without this I don't imagine myself, so
So glad to hear that.
yeah.
Speaking of reactions, do you remember any strangest reaction from anybody, your friends, your family, or any stranger? What was the most strangest reaction, you know, if you can
there are many
remember
actually. I
any?
remember there was someone in my university and he said that तुम्हारे बाल मतलब हैं, do you have hair inside or are you trying to hide? I was like, no, obviously I have hair. And recently it happened, like one of my colleague was leaving the company, so when we asked, we were just asking ke aapko, how did you feel about me when you first saw me, met me? He was like, I thought ये लड़की तो मतलब फुल जो है ना वो फतवा जारी कर देगी अगर मैंने कोई कोई बात कह देनी है या क्या. So he was like, I thought you're like true, you know, Muslim and religious, and you will not be funny, you will not laugh at things, and you're wearing a helmet already.
They called it a helmet.
Yeah, he was like, you're wearing a helmet already, and then he was like, nahi, then we talked and you asked things and then we mingled and you were like a good person to be with. But initially he thought that maybe I am, you know, तो वो religious aspect उसको दे देते हैं लोग because they think that कि मैं शायद मतलब हंस नहीं सकती हूँ and I cannot, you know, be.
Yeah. So did you ever get disheartened or hurt because of such silly questions or, you know, lame things people asking you? Did you ever get
Initially,
hurt?
yes.
Did you ever cry?
Yes, initially, yes.
You did?
Yes.
I didn't.
Because it was really difficult. You go somewhere and people are like, you know, actually discriminating you on the basis of something that you're doing for yourself, and not this is something that is not affecting you as a person. If I'm with you, or you know, but initially it was really hard. But then I tried and you know. Tried to it every day, became confident with it, and it was like part of my life.
Since that question was so strange, have you ever heard something very funny, hilarious, very silly?
Yeah,
Somebody
this
has ever
helmet
asked
thing
you?
was really hilarious for me because.
Yeah, true. Okay, so we were talking about the silly things and the funny things. So once we did a poll on our social media, and we asked people that what was the most silliest question or a very senseless question that somebody asked them, and we got some responses.
Okay.
So I'm showing you the exact questions. Yeah, I'm showing you some exact questions that we asked them. And let me know that how relatable do you feel with those, or have you ever heard those before, or you can perhaps answer them, you know.
All right.
So here are the questions.
Okay. I have to read them?
Yep.
Okay. Are you bald? Do you have no hair? Yeah, I told you. The guy actually came to me and he was like, do you not have hair inside? I was like, I do. Okay. So, yeah. And people responding towards you like you are also religious. Yes. Do you shower with that on too? This is so funny. No, I haven't listened. No.
But this is something that we received from 2 to 3 girls. Great. Actually. Yes.
Okay. And the other is like, do you go to sleep with your hijab as well? Yeah. People do ask me, do you wear it at home as well? I was like, come on, guys. Why are you oppressing yourself? Yes, people actually came to me, are you okay? And because, you know, you're wearing hijab and your family does not. And because they think that maybe there's some force on me because of this.
That is forcing you to wear hijab.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think this was funny.
Okay,
yes.
we also once asked this question from our hijab fam that, you know, we'd love to hear your story about why you started to wear hijab. And we got so many inspirational responses that we'd love to share with you. And let us know if you feel relatable with those as well, because those are the continuously sent responses to us. Let's see how relatable you feel with those.
Okay.
Here.
All right. Okay, so Afia says, after reading the novel Jannat Ke Patte, to be honest, I don't remember how I started, but now I just own it as my identity and love to wear it. Rimsha says this. And Amna says this, that after makeup, one day I wore hijab and honestly I looked different and I liked that different. Nice. I think I relate with the identity one. Okay. Because for me it kind of is a shield. You know the Captain America ke paas shield hoti hai na? So I feel like this is my shield, this is my identity. Yeah. I can not imagine myself. So whenever I go buy any clothes, literally, I think of the hijab first. कि इसके साथ hijab कौन सा वाला पहनना है या इसके साथ hijab लेना है नया वाला कि I already have it. So it's like now has been part of my obviously daily thing. So every day I have to think about it.
And a lot of beginners, like we got this question from Amna, a lot of beginners also say that I liked my look better with the hijab on and with the makeup as compared to without the hijab. So is that true as well? People, ladies throw a lot of that question as well. So do you think that's also relatable in some perspective?
Not with me because I haven't thought about it actually. It's just that if you actually like it on your face, then you're good to go, because some people actually do not like hijab on their face. So they're like, no, maybe they don't look good with this. But I think that's okay. And that's like whatever you feel okay with, hair like open, hair closed, hijab on, dupatta on, abaya on, anything. And if you're okay with it, I think that's what matters the most, because you should be confident in what you're wearing and what you're carrying with yourself. So as girls, as females, because I am working in a field where there are a lot of men with me. So for me to actually, work with them and be confident, it's very important. And I think a lot of female out there, I want to say it to them, that they should be confident enough that they can work on their own, not dependent on anyone in the company also. And I think that matters the most, because we can do everything. We can do whatever we want. So why not be confident with it?
That's very inspiring for me as well. And I'm sure it's very inspiring for everybody who is listening to you, from Gen Z, from millennials, from every generation, every girl and every woman, I think, can relate to that. So if I ask you to comprise everything, to summarize everything, and tell me in a summarized manner that what hijab means to you. What is the meaning of hijab in your entire life till now?
For me, it's as I said, it's like an identity of mine now. And I feel like for every person, there's something that they, cling on to for easiness in their life. कि मतलब कोई ऐसी चीज, sometimes you're like, there's somebody who you go to and talk to. So there's sometimes there are some clothes जो आप जिनको go to clothes कहते हैं, या आप उनको कहते हैं कि यार ये मतलब I feel easy.
Like you mentioned that एक मेरा ऐसा हिजाब है जो मैं हर वक्त पहनती हूँ, मुझे अच्छा लगता है पहनना.
So it's just like that कि this has been a part of my life now, and I feel really okay with it. It is just एक तो मतलब ये बड़ी एक common सी चीज़ है ना कि हाँ I'm wearing something, that's okay, but it has actually given me confidence कि मैं मजे की बात ये है कि whenever I go somewhere I feel like I'm already having a formal look, because when you wear hijab you kind of feel like ठीक है, कोई भी कपड़े पहने हुए you wear hijab, you're like
you look
formal.
Put together.
Yeah, so for me this is very important, and I feel there are a lot of challenges that I faced, especially one that I would want to mention here is I went to give an interview in a telco company. Okay. It was like long ago, and I qualified for it, but in the not the final but the semi-final kind of interview, they said that you have to come for a final interview but do not wear hijab.
Oh.
And that was really shocking for me. And it is not koi matlab choti si company, it's a huge company.
You already had an interview over there before, and yes, this was your final interview for which you were going. The first time they saw you was in hijab.
You were in because hijab. I was wearing it. Okay. So second interview, I think this was the third interview, and they said कि आप final interview के लिए आइएगा. This would be with the board members. But our company has this culture that we do not wear. The girls are not allowed to wear hijab. For which I was really shocked. Do you have these kind of policies living in a country which is a Muslim country? Again, we kind of say कि हमारे पास जो है ना वो freedom of speech and everything we say it. But that was really shocking. At that time, I was not socially active. I could not say anything. And I was like, okay, I'm not going for that interview. Not happening, whatever it is. Though it was a really good career jump at that time, like 6 years ago. But I felt like, no, I should not be going for some, because if I compromise on this thing now, I will have to compromise on everything
On
in the
other
future.
things
So
as well.
I was like, no, not happening. So I think this is like, it has actually given me some important lessons for my life also, that you should be consistent with what you're doing. Because earlier I was like, maybe I would leave it. I don't know if I'd be able to, continue this for a whole life. So even this also happens, that people start and then they leave it because of some pressure or something. So this has taught me consistency. This has taught me, this positivity towards accepting that it's not like I am wearing hijab, so I am like the only good Muslim in the world, or good person in the world.
Yeah.
That's also not true. So this has taught me to be positive as well.
Okay. So that was the challenge because of which you had to turn down that opportunity.
Yes.
Have you faced any bigger challenges like that,
I think this was really, really shocking
because you
for me.
had to literally turn down the opportunity on you.
And I could not do anything to them. That was like the bad part.
Obviously,
that this
because
is a big company, and a lot of girls must be facing this, but they're not saying it. They're not doing anything about it. So now I feel that I am kind of on a platform, and everybody can, all the girls, if they're facing any kind of issues like this, they should all speak up and, say things that this should stop if it is happening. And this should not be happening, because everybody has right to wear anything they like. Yes, there are certain policies आपके कंपनी में होती हैं कि ये आपको इस तरह ड्रेस अप होने चाहिए, कैजुअल नहीं होना चाहिए, फॉर्मल. That's fine. But you asking somebody not to wear something that is part of their, daily clothing, that is really a big thing. So
must be upsetting, and
yeah, it was. It really was.
Have you ever felt like you were socially discriminated in any way?
Yes.
In a group, at a work environment, or anywhere where you've headed out in your life, have you ever felt socially discriminated because of owning something that is your own decision, that is your own hijab?
Yes, it has happened many times. Like people not that's what I was saying, that some people do not talk freely with me, just because they think I will not be able to talk like that. I will not be casual enough to talk to them like that. So yes, I have felt it.
And do people automatically assume this thing about you, that you are a very spiritual Muslim and very religious?
Yes.
They do?
They do.
Okay. Do you feel like hijab empowers you in any way?
I think sometimes I feel like the achievements that I have, it feels like it is because of this. It is because I am, I am who I have made myself. And some young girls, they come to me and they say that we want to, wear hijab like you. Or some come to me and say that I have started wearing hijab because you do, and I'm really inspired how you wear hijab. And then they are like, they keep following me and they keep asking me questions about what to do if somebody says this, what to do if somebody says that. So a friend of mine, she started wearing it, and she was she was facing the same things, and I could relate. And I was, I kept telling her, I kept motivating her to do it, because she started. And the difficult part is to start it like continuous in your life. So I feel like this is the achievement, and because people actually see and then they get inspired and they also started.
So since you said, I know for a fact that you have always been that person to whom other girls and other ladies and other people around in the university come up to and ask, ये नहीं हो रहा, कैसे होगा, मतलब इस situation में मैं क्या करूँ? So giving motivation to someone and inspiring somebody, and making them feel good about a situation, does that motivate you in some way?
Yes, it does. I think these are the best comments that I get from people. That
you just got one
whenever
from me.
yeah.
I just gave you one.
Yes. Thank you. And I really feel happy about it because it keeps me going, obviously. Because if I have a bad day at work and I come home and I see my Instagram messages or, YouTube comments and something, and the people are like, we want to be like you, we want to do this. Can you tell me about this? And, so that's like,
Makes your day.
yeah, obviously I feel so happy that, okay, there's somebody then again, I feel responsible that now I need to, keep doing this, keep doing nice, and, inspire people. So,
You were yourself inspired by somebody whose personality's part was wearing a hijab, right?
yes.
Is there anybody who is inspired by you?
She actually came to me and she was like, do you know I've started wearing hijab like continuously? I was like, okay. And she was like, and that is because of you. I was like, okay.
What were you, except for just saying okay to her, how were you feeling?
I was
What
feeling,
was your
I was feeling really,
feeling like?
really blessed because I never thought somebody would actually do this because of me, and I would actually be inspiring for them. She said that now I am facing this, and this challenge. What should I do? And I was like, okay. So I kept motivating her, and she still asks questions. And this was
So that's your
really
hijab
it was a
buddy.
blessing. Yeah.
Okay. So, if I would have to ask you that you just give one message out there to all the ladies and all the girls listening to you right now, and all the women in general, hijabi and non-hijabi, all the women in general. So, what would that one message be for everybody who is listening to you?
For every girl, every woman listening to me, I think it is really important. Apart from all the other challenges that we have in this world, I think that every human has. But living in this world, obviously, it's a we have a beautiful life to live, and it's upon us how we want to live. It's not like there are a lot of factors that can stop you. There can be a lot of people who can stop you from doing what you want to do, but you keep doing it. And I came from a very small town, and uh, people thought that I would not even be able to speak. So there was a lot of bullying in the start, that okay, she has come from this place and she would not be, doing much. So I think it's just upon you how you keep going, keep doing what you want to do. It's not about hijab only, but it's about how you have set your goals, and you just go achieve them. Nobody is going to stop you. If they do, just वो पत्थर समझ के उनको हटा के, and yeah, you just keep going. So this is really important.
This is really empowering for all of those girls and women who do not speak up. I think this was really inspiring for everybody. I would like to thank you for coming over here. It is a pleasure having you over here.
It is a pleasure being here.